Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Charlene and I love everything that's beauty, fragrance, and lifestyle. So in today's video, we're going to go over some of my 2025 makeup goals that I would like to get through, some things that's in my collection, some of these items been around for a while, and for some reason, I just don't reach for them. So I would like to get more use out of them. Some of these are cream items, so I know that cream items expire faster than other items in your collection. So I want to feel like I got my money's worth. You know, I have a series on here, you bought it, now use it, and this is part of that. I bought this stuff, pay good money for it, quality is there. I want to use it while the quality is still there. I don't want to be going back to it and something's wrong with it. So I'm going to go through different items throughout the different makeup categories that I have selected that I would like to get more use out of. Some of these items I've got actual use goals, like I want to use it this many times. So as we get to those items, I'll make sure I mention that. But other than that, let's get started. So let's go with the way that I normally typically do my makeup. If I can here, I got all the stuff in front of me here. All right, so the first thing I have here that I bought that I have not used yet is from Marc Jacobs. And this is, let's see here, the Brow Wow Duo. It's a brow powder pencil and tinted gel. So this side, it screws, it has a gel, as you can see. And then on this end of it, it has a pencil to it. So, did a few. So the shade, I mean, is there. I don't know why I haven't used it. Sometimes you just get stuck on using the things that you're used to using. I love my Benefit Precisely My Brow, but I need to use that. So I want to use that up this year. I want to make sure I use that up. So this one is the Gimme Brow, Benefit Gimme Brow in the shade number 4. And this is just one of their brow definer gels. And this is a shade that I normally would not use. I like number 5 pencil, and I normally tend to go towards the number 5 gel or the 4.5. And this one came in a pack, and I just never used this one. So I need to use this one up. It's been sitting around, just sitting there, so I need to use it up. All right, so I normally do my brows first, and I move on to my eyes. So one of the things that I wanted to pick up as far as that go is my Marc Jacobs Undercover. It says Perfecting Coconut Eye Primer. So I like to use that up. I haven't used it yet. Let's see what kind of, it feels fine. Doesn't have any tint to it that I can see. But I want to use that up because it's just been sitting around. Another thing that is in my collection that's just been sitting around is from Mario, Makeup by Mario. This is his eye primer kit in Deep. Just haven't used it. So I would like to use that up. And then I have some eyeshadows. I have ones that are your onesies, I call them, the singles. Then I got a few palettes that I pulled here. So let's go over those. This is the Sequence and Glamourthist from Marc Jacobs. And that's what the shade looks like. Beautiful shade. Just haven't used it. I probably used it once. So I do have usage goals on these singles. I would like to at least use these 10 times throughout this whole year. So I will keep track of that for you guys and give you updates throughout the year or where I am with these. But I want to use these at least 10 times. They are beautiful, and I don't, you know, it's no point in them sitting there. So that's the Glamethyst. So Glamethyst is one. Another one that's from Marc Jacobs. It's the same packaging. It's called Glam Noir. Glam Noir. Show you what that one looks like. Beautiful. Again, 10 usages. Then I have one here from Hourglass. But all of these have a little clear top thing to them, even the Marc Jacobs one. And as you can see, haven't been using it. It's a beautiful, look like a rose gold shade. So I need to use these. These all have like a creaminess to them. And there's no point in them just sitting and not using them. A couple of other ones that I have. Two are from Sydney Grace. So the names are written on the top part here. So this one is Dragonfly from Sydney Grace. And it has a nice little, these all have, if you can see that side here, it show you the color. It has a flip to them. It has a red and a green flip to it. And this one is Flamethrower. And this one has a purple flip. See that? Again, with the 10 usage, I'm showing you everything. I want to use, at least use them 10 times this year. This one is from Natasha Denona. Her Chromium Liquid Eyeshadow. This one is in the shade, what does it say? Ultraviolet. Isn't that beautiful? These so pretty, and they just sitting there. And I look at them like, look how pretty. And as much as I love shiny things on my eyeballs, I tend to reach for palettes. That's the thing. These are all singles. And I found that out about myself. All right. This is Pat McGrath Fetish Eyes Longwear Liquid Eyeshadow. And this one is in the shade Cosmic Chartreuse. And can you see that color? That greenish, goldish color. I really look forward to wearing this. I want to try it. I mean, I bought them because I knew I would love the colors. So looking forward to trying that one. And then I got the one in from Pat McGrath in Twilight Platinum. So that's what that shade looks like. So I'm looking forward to wearing those. Those are all my single type shades that I want to wear and get more usage out. So it's 10 for all the single and liquid shades, right? So I want to keep track with me. So then I have this Charlotte Tilbury Luxury Palette of Pops. And this is what that looks like. Beautiful shades. It's made in Italy. But in this one, I really want to hit pan on one of these. And when I say hit pan, I want to see the bottom of the pan on at least one of these shades. That's how much I need to use this, because I've had this for some time and it's just sitting there. So I would like to get more usage out of this one, so I can feel like I actually got my money's worth and that I actually gave it a good go. Because I tend, well, so this is the thing, I feel like I tend to not gravitate towards some of my more luxury, what I feel like luxury type palettes, and I won't use them. I just sit there and look at them, like I was telling you about some of the other things. See how pretty, but won't never use it. So that's why, again, I wanted to start that series. You bought it, now use it, because there's no point in buying these things that you paid good hard-earned money on and it's just sitting there. So join me on my journey of using these items, and if you got something in your collection that you need to be using, pull it out and use it with me. And if you got the item, pull it out. Give yourself a goal to how many times you want to use it this year, and see if you meet yours, and we'll see where we go. But that's that one. Another one that I've only used a few times. It's one of my first Natasha Denona palettes I ever got, was the Mini Leela. Mini Leela. I have used her. I just haven't used her a lot. So on these here, the bigger palettes, I want to give myself 15 usage. So that's Leela. And like I told you guys, I will update you on how I'm doing throughout the year on these. This is the Cranberry palette. Do anybody remember this one? Beautiful. I don't know why she stopped making this one, but you see how pretty that is? Need to use her. 15 usage goal for the year. Tom Ford palette. This one is her, the 04 Violet Argentine. Let's see here. Comes in the sleeve. It's a beautiful palette. Very beautiful. Has a great mirror on it. Need to use. 15 usage on that one. I need to use you, baby. Supreme News from Artist Couture. That's what that looks like. I've only used it a couple of times, but I need to use it more. That one also has a 15 usage goal. And then I have these Viseart palettes that I forget about. This is the Neutral Mattes Milieu. Don't know if I'm saying that correct. I've used it a couple of times, but need to use it more. And you know, I feel like pulling these out too will help with me using those singles. This one is the Neutral Matte, the regular Neutral Matte. The other one's the Milieu. This is the regular one. Beautiful palette. I know these Viseart shadows, they blend very smoothly, so looking forward to using that. 15 usage on the bigger one there. This is the Natasha Denona Eyeshadow 10 palette. Do anybody remember this palette? I picked it up way when. This is what it looked like. You could tell I've used her, but not enough. It's again, it's like one of those palettes that, to me, I only can do very few like looks with it just by itself. So to me, this was a palette. I'm going to show you another one from Pat McGrath. But this is Natasha Denona's version, I feel like, of her one and done shadows. So she did a bunch of singles and put it in here. That's the way, in my opinion, that's how I view this palette. Is this one of those one and done eyeshadow looks? And I'm one of those people that typically, like you see right there, it's multiple shades. It's not just a one and done shade. The other one I have is the number 4 palette from Pat McGrath. She came out, she didn't release the number 4 palette for a long time, the Decadence palette. Like it was out of stock forever. And then when she did release it again, she put it in this mirrored Star Wars packaging, right? And so I didn't have Decadence at the time, and I had been wanting Decadence. So I got the Star Wars. Am I a fan of Star Wars? Not really, but I'm a fan of Pat McGrath, and I love her eyeshadows. So I got this one, and this is the same way as I mentioned about it, Natasha Denona. I feel like this is the version of the one and done. Like you put this palette on as one and done shades, and it gets the job done. And while I'm on Pat McGrath, I love her Mothership palettes. I just have to say it. The quality and the packaging, you can't beat it. It's there. It's there. But I digress. So I pulled that one because that's my least reach for Pat McGrath palette. Just like this is my least reach for Natasha Denona. So I'm giving myself, I told myself on both of these, I have to use them at least 15 times. You got to. You got to use them at least 15 times this year. Now this is my singles that I need to get more use out of. That's in my Z palette, my purple Z palette. And this just has a bunch of pinks and purples in it with a few neutrals. And then in my big Sydney Grace palette, Z palette that they have here, I filled it up with mostly my greens and neutrals, as you can see. All beautiful colors. So I want to get more usage out of these as well. So I will be using those. So we have the 10 usages, the 15 usages, and the 20 usages. I want to do 20 for my singles that I just showed you out of my Z palettes and my Sydney Grace palette. So after I do my eyes, it's normally when I do my foundation and primers and stuff. And the primers, I wanna use up these essences from Pat McGrath. They just been sitting around, so I'm tired of seeing them looking around. So I want to finish those up. I want to finish my Milani Prime Shield primer because it's just been sitting around not getting used, as well as this Farsali Skin Tune Blur sitting around not being used. So I want to make sure I get usage out of that. This Drunk Elephant Physical Daily Fits tint SPF sitting around not being used, need to be used. A couple of concealers. This one is from Josie Maran Vibrancy Argan Oil Full Coverage Concealer, and this one is from Pretty Vulgar as a concealer. One is a little too dark, one is a little too light, so it's just been sitting. So I figured put both of them in there and hopefully we'll get them done. Another one that's been just sitting around is Warm Sand from Too Faced. From the Born This Way line. It's the multi-use sculpting concealer. Need to use her up. So that's in there. One of my foundations, the Cover FX Power Play in the shade G80. I don't even think they carry this one anymore, so I need to use this up. So, and then there is the Kapari Broad Spectrum SPF. I normally tend to use the Supergoop's sunscreen, so this one tends to sit around. I need to use it. So it's just been sitting around, so you need to use it. All right, so foundation, concealers, primers, all done. And then I have some blushes here. I finished the Cover It Fits. The one side broke out of it, so I'm like, and I have hit pan on this, so I just need to finish it up. This one is in the shade Warm Honey. You see that right there? Warm Honey. It's a good one. I actually, some of the blushes I've been trying to find, I'm trying to match this shade because I actually do love this shade very much. And I don't even think is Cover FX even still around? I don't know, but need to use that up, so it's there. Another thing that's been neglected in my collection are these. I love them. And this is another one of those, oh, it looks pretty, and I used it a couple of times and it's just sitting there. So the love, especially what I want to get use out of is the cream the most. I want to get more usages out of the creams. This is the Bloom one. You see the cream in that one. I want to get more usage out of these. And then it's the tan one. You see that. So in all of these, I really do want to get as much usage as I can. I'm not going to give myself a usage goal on these per se. I just want to make sure that I use the cream up. Try to get as much usage out of the cream side of this as much as possible. Because, like I said before, cream does is far quicker than powder does. So I want to get good usage out of those. A couple of, that's blushes. Another thing was the bronzers here. Some of these are contour colors. This is my Makeup Forever Bronze Fusion. I don't even know if they sell this one anymore. I hope they do. I can't read the color of this one anymore. But it's this one. And I'll show you what it looked like. I want to finish this one. I already hit pan, as you can see. I just want to complete it this year. So that's to be completed. These, I just want to get usage out of. These are the Nabla, both of these. Nabla Skin Bronzing Sun Kiss Effect Bronzing Powders. One is in Soft Revenge and one is in Doom. You see, one is a little bit more cool tone than the other one, so I definitely have already been using this one more so. So I want to get more usage out of Soft Revenge, because I know I really like Doom, but Soft Revenge is probably been used once or twice. So I want to get more usage out of both of those. And this is from the ColourPop. It is from their Soul line. This is their Face and Body Bronzing Balm in the shade Dark. So this Soul. And this is definitely a cream. So like I said, I've used it a few times, but I want to get more use out of it. And another bronzer here that I want to complete this year is from Bobbi Brown. I've hit pan on that one, but I want to finish her up. And a couple of the powders. I want to finish up my medium, because I already got a backup to this one, so this one needs to be completed from Pat McGrath. If you've seen my solid Get Ready With Me's, you've seen that in there, because I am trying to use her. And two powders that I have not used at all yet, but have been in my collection for a while now, is this Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder in Translucent. So you can see what that powder looks like. It's just a translucent color. And the other one that's been sitting in my collection for a while now that I need to use and stop saying, ooh, pretty. It's the Chanel one here. And this says it's a universal natural finish loose powder, translucent 3. So I need to start using this. I haven't even used this one time. Like I haven't used the other one time. So want to get used out of those. Couple of highlighters that I have here. You can see I've used this a couple of times. It's like right here. It's like right here, but it's very sparkly. It's called Glitter Drops. It's from Cover FX. So it looks like it says this is the shade Nova, and this is a Say one. Then I got, this was, you know how you, when you buy certain makeup, they'll give you bags full of other little miniatures of other items. That's where this one came in play. Haven't tried it yet, but I want to give it a try, see if I do like it. This is a medium brown pomade, and I've used it once or twice, as you can see, but I need to use that. So that's going back to the brows. When I had the Marc Jacobs and the Gimme Brow, that was supposed to be there. The gel liner I wanted to use is chocolate, it says. And who is this company? DLS Bang Beauty. That's what it says. Another item I didn't purchase, came part of some other items, so want to try it out. It's just sitting there. The other eyeliners that I have here is both from Kat Von D. This is the Mad Mattes Brown and Trooper Black. I wear liquid eyeliner sometimes, but not a whole lot. So I'm looking forward to trying these more to see if it makes me fall in love with liquid eyeliners, because I tend to just use the regular liners. So wanted to test these because they've been sitting there in my collection, but I haven't tried them, so I need to. Couple of lipstick things that I want to finish up. This is a MAC lip gloss. And this one is in Love Child. Need to finish her up because she's been around for a while. This Sephora lipstick, M11 is look like what it says. I can't tell. It's M11, but you can see I've still got some ways to go on this one. Use that one up. A Makeup Forever one in M401. I want to use up. You know, you have these minis around, and I want to get rid of these minis. 2 MAC lipsticks. One I already have a duplicate of, so I need to get more use out of this one. That's Rebel. And then the other one that's been in my collection for a while that I need to get more use out of is just Verge. This is Verge. Love that color. And Rebel. So those are all the items that I want to get more usage out of throughout this year of 2025. Join me as I go through this journey. Follow me to see how well I do along the lines. I'll keep you guys posted on how many usages with these single shadows and liquid shadows and the actual palettes, as far as did I hit my goals and where I am with them throughout the year. Again, if you like what you see, please subscribe, like, comment, share, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.